speaking with you, this time longer than 2 minutes. Mario presents.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm grateful to be here. I want to hopefully give you guys a sense of hope that the unicorns have entered the field. Okay, that's what I say. You guys can't speak up because when you do, you're called homophobic. You're targeted by your school districts. And that's why Gays Against Groomers started, was to help support these families and help support the children. Because what people don't realize is 20 years ago in Thailand, they actually fought this battle. And it was the LGBTQ community who came out in force to say, hey, stop sterilizing our children. Hey, let's put in protections. The country of Thailand has over 20 years of legislation saying if you're under 18, we're not even going to consider medicalization. If you're 18 to 21, you have to have the consent and the support of your family. And even before we start medical transition, you have to have psychological evaluations, IQ tests, and continuing therapy so that you don't make a mistake. And that's what we're trying to follow. I was approached by Gays Against Groomers at the very beginning, at the onset of their coalition, because I've been on the ground. I noticed this trend happening as early as 2013. Okay? A video came out on MSNBC with Melissa Paris-Harry saying, your children don't belong to you. You have to get over this notion that children belong to their parents. Children belong to the community. It recently resurfaced with Will Witt all over social media. And that was the video that spurred me into doing one thing, which was making a video against that. I spoke up and I said, no, this is wrong. I'm 33 years old and I have to say something because this is indoctrination. I took that one step and I made another step. I made blogs. I started writing my thoughts down about what was happening in my community, what was happening in my world. I took that step a step further and went, okay, I'm going to get out from behind the computer screen and just go onto the streets. I found out about Save the Children rallies that happen in Los Angeles every single year, multiple times a year. And I said, I can join with this group. I come from a community in Palmdale that sees the destruction of families. I see the murder of children in my community. And I see what happens in the schools and I go, this is wrong. I have to say something. So I use my voice any way I know how. And I developed that voice through the internet, through making my blogs, through making my videos. And then from my writings, I ended up meeting a group of people, a group of freedom fighters, just like you guys in my community of Palmdale. Those people supported me. They've helped me. A couple of you guys received the Palmdale Journal. That's a newspaper that we produce because the media is trying to tell us something that's against what that we believe. We know this to be true. We know that you cannot change your DNA. We know that they are trying to separate parents from their children in order to teach them something against the parents' belief system. That is grooming. That is exactly what grooming is. And it doesn't it's not LGBT, it's not a church, it happens everywhere. And when you tell someone something against their parents' wishes, you're grooming them to believe something and to fight their parents. I'm seeing this army of children turning into snitches on their parents because my parents aren't affirming me. And the school board is turning around and saying, well, if you're not affirming your child, we're going to take your child. That's scary. We just saw legislation passed here in California. Governor Newsom signed it that says if a parent kidnaps their child and brings them to California for gender-affirming care, and another outside state says, hey, I need to find out my child was kidnapped for this gender stuff and he went to California, the doctors aren't going to help. They're not going to cooperate. The authorities aren't going to cooperate. Why? Because there's already a law. We've become a sanctuary state for these child mutilations, and that's exactly what it is. I've been doing all of this grassroots work for many years. One of the things that I did recently, I joined up with this group called the White Rose. They make stickers, little simple, thermal stickers. I handed them out. If you guys were at the school board meeting, you guys got packages of them. People saw my video. If you wonder what I gave them, that's exactly what I gave them, is those stickers. I put some out there on the table. Please feel free to take them. And I encourage you to put them on light posts, put them on the trash cans, put them on the back of the stall of the bathroom. Okay? You giggle. But here's the thing. This is getting your message across. Okay? This is getting our message across. Furthering our message beyond sharing. Beyond the internet. Because we know we're suppressed. And the person that's bothered by a sticker that says, "Save the tomboys," is going to have to stop peeing or pooping to peel my sticker off. Or you're going to sit there and just see. Okay? So, my activism takes me to many different places. And all these places, I find support. And so when I go on national TV, I tell them it's not me. It's all of you guys. You guys are the voice that gives me the courage to keep going. It was one thing to make a video. It was one thing to write a blog. It was one thing to put on a pair of heels and go, "Look, I'm a little bit different. That's okay." Look, it's one more thing. And that's what I want you guys all to be doing. One more thing. If you can't speak up at the school board physically, write in a comment. You can write in a comment. Call in. Okay? Just because you don't live in a community doesn't mean you can't speak up and use your voice. If you spend your money in a community, you are a stakeholder. I live in the neighboring community. Great, I'm going to go speak at that city council. Maybe I don't have students in this district, but I live in this district. My tax money pays for this district. And even if I don't live in this district, maybe I have family. And if I don't have family, even if something as minute as I bought a lotto ticket, okay, they giggle and they say, "Oh, no." But you know what? The whole reason why we started the lotto was to fund the schools, isn't it? And even though we gave just a little tiny bit, guess what? My voice is worth hearing. Okay? And I tell people, use every tactic in the book. Use everything at your disposal. You have a right to speak on every agenda item at a school board meeting, at a city council meeting. When we were fighting for our ordinance up in Palmdale, the city refused to put our ordinance on the table. They would put it on the table and then take it off. Put it on the table, put it at the end. "Oh, we ran out of time. We're just going to..." No. Finally, we decided we're going to filibuster you guys. I'm going to start talking about every single item. You want to spend $500 on a new street sign? That's great. But my ordinance is actually free, and it would save the company. Okay, every single item came back to the thing that I wanted. So if it's CRT, if it's gender-affirming care, whatever it is, you can speak on it and just bring it right back and let them sit there till 11 o'clock at night. They're not getting anything done. And they're not going to get anything done until you start listening to us. Because we are the voice. So, as Mario presents, I want to encourage you guys to do one more thing. As a Gays Against Groomers, I want you guys to know that we are not your enemies. We are on this field helping fight the same battles you are. Okay? In our coalition, there's not just gays. There's lesbians. There's bisexuals. There's trans. There's Democrats. There's libertarians. Okay? It's a non-political issue because our children are not political tools. So if you guys want to find out more about what I do, what I've done, feel free to talk to me afterwards. Feel free to pick up some of these stickers, take them, put them everywhere. Drive your enemies nuts. Thank you.